It was a morning just like any other morning at the asylum for the criminally insane. Little Raz T slasher awakened to the gloom, sat up, and rubbed his eyes. He blinked a couple of times, and then a big, scary little smile burst forth on his face. Hooray! It's my birthday, little Raz cried out. Time to plan for my special party tonight. Little Raz hopped out of bed, shook off his straitjacket, and skipped to the closet in his padded room. This was where his pet Shoggoth slept at night. He threw open the door. Time to wake up, kitty. That was the name of his Shoggoth. It's my birthday today. Lots to do before tonight. In the blackness of the closet, several eyes opened up, followed by a slimy, slithery sound as Kitty began coming out of the closet space, out into Little Raz's room. Said Kitty. I know, said Little Raz. But today's a special day. You know that. Come, let's eat some breakfast and prepare for the party tonight. So Little Raz and Kitty went from his room down to the kitchen and had breakfast. A big bowl of honey nuttos for Little Raz and a live penguin for Kitty. Their respective breakfasts gleefully slurped down, and Little Raz's bowl rinsed and put in the dishwasher. He said, Time to invite all of my friends for my party tonight. It's going to be so much fun. Said Kitty. Yep, that's the first person I'm going to invite. Let's go. Together, Little Raz and Kitty slithered out to the front lawn of the asylum they called home. They went out among the collection of trees and flowers into the shadowy part of the garden. Delphine, cried Little Raz. Oh, Delphine, where are you, bird? Within a couple of minutes, a mighty flap of wings, followed by a caw, the old crow named Delphine landed on the tree directly behind Little Raz. What is it that you wish, little boy? She said. Little Raz couldn't help but clap his hands in delight. You came! Oh, you came. Pretty bird. Sorry, I kind of I was trying to scroll. I told you never to call me that lest I peck your eyes out and feed them to your pet there, said Delphine. Now, what is so important that you would summon me from my slumber? Oh, Delphine, it's my birthday today, and I would be so happy if you could make it to my party tonight. A party, you say? Delphine let out a raucous caw. Well, I would have to think about that. I may have a willing human host that I could put on, mingle with the rest of you mortals. Even if they're not willing, come anyway. It would be grand. And bring your monster friends, cried Little Raz. Okay then, Delphine agreed. Just remember, if you happen to start doing that biting thing again, I'm leaving. And with a caw and a flap of her wings, she left deeper into the woods of the garden. Yay, Delphine is coming. I gotta stop scrolling when I'm trying to read. Sorry. Anyway, yay, Delphine is coming. Little Raz turned to Kitty, who was busy mind-flaying a rabbit that happened to come out to find its own breakfast. Come on, let's go summon the others. The duo went back inside of the large Victorian house that was the abandoned asylum where Little Raz and Kitty lived. It was always gloomy inside, no matter how sunny and bright it was outside. But that's how Little Raz liked it, and he was never lonely because he had his pet Shoggoth and the collection of friends that lived in the basement that he met over the years and persuaded them to keep him company. And also the Nintendo 64 system, along with his well-played cartridge of GoldenEye. Little Raz and Kitty went into the large floor-level room, the one with the fireplace, the mirror, and the large crystal ball that he used for summoning his other friends. He first went up to the mirror, lit a candle, and held it up to his face. And, looking intensely into the mirror, he chanted, Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary! Soon, his reflection in the mirror disappeared as a smoky shadow darkened the glass. Then a figure stepped out of the darkness, a lady dressed in a black shroud, her face covered in a mourning caul, disheveled hair showing underneath. She lifted a shriveled, gnarly hand and began wailing. Death! Death to you who summoned me, she cried. Hello, Bloody Mary, said Lil Raz. Bloody Mary dropped her hand and said, Oh, hey there, Lil Raz, what's doing? It's my birthday, said Lil Raz, barely able to contain his excitement. Can you make it to the party tonight? Sounds like fun. As long as one of the games is, of course, Bloody Mary, and there will be plenty of teenagers to scare. Of course, said Lil Raz, and don't forget to invite the other urban legend friends. I haven't seen the lady in white for a while. I'd love to catch up with her again. Sure thing, Lil Raz. I'll see you all tonight then. And with a sweep of her arm, the smoky mist in the mirror cleared, and Lil Raz was looking at his reflection once again. One last person to talk to, he said. Turning behind him, he went to the large crystal ball in the middle of the room. There, he rubbed his hands over the smooth crystal glass. Mr. Stabby, Mr. Stabby, come out and play. Soon, an image focused inside the glass ball. The disembodied head of a clown, shocking red and green hair, pale white skin, garish red makeup around his mouth, and an abomination of a smile, showing pointy teeth stained a different kind of red, and blue triangles above and below his eyes. Well, hello there, Lil Raz. How's my favorite fan doing? Said Mr. Stabby the clown. It's my birthday today, answered Lil Raz. Can you come to my party tonight? Mr. Stabby's mouth formed into an exaggerated O. Well, of course I can come. I love parties. I'll be there to bring my toy. I'll be sure to bring my toys. Say, can the rest of the gang come too? Lil Raz clapped his hands together with glee. Of course they can, Mr. Stabby. It's going to be so much fun. All righty then, bucko. See you tonight. What? Bah, bah, bah. Mr. Stabby laughed as his head faded away. The entire afternoon was spent decorating and getting things ready. Lil Raz ordered the biggest cake from the bakery in town, as well as dozens of pizzas from Little Caesars. Kitty was tasked with breaking up all the friends in the basement, dusting them off and propping them up around the house, decorated in party hats and various noisemakers. Their faces frozen in abject horror brought a whimsical touch to the festivities. Lil Raz's favorite local horror punk band was booked to set up and play in the backyard of the asylum, and the resident spiders all came together and lent their own touch to the decor with cobwebs and a big orb web that said, Happy Birthday, Lil Raz on it. Lil Raz lit candles and threw on a mix of his favorite horror movies to play silently on the television screen as the party went on. Before you knew it, the guests started arriving. There was Delphine, dressed in a lovely lady human, all in black and sporting tattoos that filled Lil Raz with glee. All of the monsters and cryptids she knew started to arrive after, followed by the friends of Bloody Mary, who appeared outside of the mirror for the festivities, everyone of urban legend. Then Mr. Stabby arrived with everyone from his carnival of terror. Everyone was grooving to the music. Some brought their own party snacks along with a punch that really packed a kick. The pizza boy arrived with all of the pizza, and the hypnotist from the carnival made him think that he was given a gigantic tip before he left. At one point, somebody brought out the Necronomicon, and they all played Summon the Elder God. Kitty was having fun chasing around a bunch of uninvited college kids who decided to crash the party. Soon, it was time for his birthday gifts. Delphine gave Lil Raz her first gift. Here, she said, giving him a small box wrapped in what looked like human skin. It's something I picked up in Morocco. Lil Raz tore off the wrapping paper, and inside was a golden box with intricate detailing and an intriguing design. I know you like puzzles. This one, you don't want to solve immediately. Trust me. Then came Mr. Stabby's gift. It was a large, oblong box wrapped in brightly colored paper, splattered with blood, and tied with a bright purple bow. Here, everyone from the carnival chipped in on something. Lil Raz tore it open, and inside was Mr. Stabby's favorite butcher knife, still caked with blood, as well as the machete from the camp stalker, the chainsaw from the leather-faced man, and could it be? Yes! The knife glove from the dream slasher himself. Oh, thank you, Mr. Stabby, and everyone at the carnival. I can't wait to play with these toys. Mr. Stabby looked like he was about to wipe away a tear, so he turned away and made for the cake. Come on, everybody, Lil Raz cried out after all the gifts were opened. Let's go back out to the graveyard and play Raise the Dead. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. And so, grabbing the Necronomicon, Lil Raz, Kitty, and everyone at the party ran outside in the back, whooping and hollering. It was the best party Lil Raz ever had. The end.